Hey everybody, I am doing my very first video about tarot. So my goal here is I want to do kind of a soft launch or pilot with you guys in regards to reading tarot on a weekly basis. And my goal is to kind of do like a card pull once a week, just kind of a theme of the week, and I will break down just like what that card means and how it applies to any of you, any one of you, the collective in general. So I'm starting this off super, obviously, low key. I'm not dolled up. Not that I would have anyways, don't care. But I want to first start off by kind of low-key explaining what tarot is, how I got started, and what my intentions are here. So obviously I already said, like, my goal is to just kind of do a soft launch with everyone here. This is very much out of my comfort zone. I don't like being filmed. And I don't know what to say half the time. It's awkward, so doing my best here. So I want to kind of explain what tarot is, and for me, I read energy. I have been doing this for a little over a year now. I've always read energy, but I never really tapped into tarot as a tool to do it. For me, I am a very intuitive reader. Really empathic, sometimes to my detriment. But I read energy really, really well. It doesn't matter if I know you or not. Doesn't matter if you're a stranger to me or if I even know your name. I've always been able to do this. Look at, like, I'm stuttering. I'm so nervous talking just to you guys. But I always had this ability, and it's only recently that I've started to understand that I can actually, that's my fridge kicking on in case you're wondering, that I can actually utilize this in a way that's helpful for others. I have done personal readings for people, so I have kind of a small following right now. I'm looking for ways to make it more broad. Hopefully bigger as into the general public. That's nerve-wracking to me, but I'm ready. I'm ready to, do it. But I want to start here. I'd love your guys' feedback, any and anything. Don't be mean, please. Like, if you're mean, I'll just, like, bye. But yeah, so tarot reading in general, I'm sure a lot of you hear of it as kind of a woo-woo thing, or, oh, it's the devil, or whatever you want to call it. It's not, so stop right there. It's reading energy. Yes, it is extremely commercialized now. I've ashamedly see how commercialized it's become. People, getting on YouTube and having people pay for, I have a special sale with your deal and cards, and it's just dumb. It's not the kind of reader I want to be. Mine is definitely more intuitively empathic. It's not commercialized. It's not generalized where it's generic. I read energy, and as a person sitting across from me, or as a collective, the energy of society, or it seems hard to believe, I know, but it's a thing people can do, certain people, and I used to run from this whenever I was younger because it scared the shit out of me, and now I'm realizing it's something that I'm supposed to be doing. So here I am. So reading tarot in general, it's a 78 card deck. For those of you that aren't familiar with tarot, as the cards go, look it up. It's Rider-Waite is your standard tarot deck. I have a variety of tarot decks that are of different artwork, but they all still have the same concept. An Ace of Wands is an Ace of Wands, no matter what artwork deck I use. But there's a lot of stigma and misunderstanding around tarot that, certain cards can mean really bad things, like the death card means someone's going to die, or the devil card means, oh, something really shitty is going to happen to you, or the tower card means your life's going to end. Like, for me as a tarot reader, I am not a doom and gloomer. I'm not ridiculously toxically positive, but I will read honestly. But I'm not ever going to fearmonger people. This world is full of enough fear-mongering as it is. I don't have any interest in contributing to that. I'm not going to butter things up and lie, but I'm not going to lean into the fear-mongering aspect of tarot, because I don't feel like that is a true way to read. Be honest, be frank, but you don't have to terrify your querent, is what the name of the person is you're reading for. So I'm not dooming and glooming. I'm not reading to set people up for failure. I'm not reading to make people fear what's coming around the corner. I am reading exactly what the energy in the cards is telling me. So I read the cards. The cards tell me, I interpret them to you, and you take away from that whatever you want, which is something meaningful. Maybe you don't resonate with it at all, or maybe, it's more profound than you were prepared for. So it's entirely your decision. Like, I can't force anyone to feel a certain way, nor would I try. So yeah, that's kind of where I want to go with this kind of soft launch. Each card that ends up pulling out, or that I pull out, I'm happy to obviously share with you exactly what that card means. But my goal for these, it's almost like weekly check-ins. So what I want to do is either on Sunday nights or Monday mornings, pull a card for the week and kind of give everybody a theme of what the week may look like as a collective energy. And yes, you can read collective energy, and the collective means society, what's going on in the world around us, what's going on with human beings in general. But energy is energy. It's fluid. It neither goes backwards or forwards. It's here. It's linear. And, if I pull a card that resonates really strongly for some person out there watching this, that's even better, because I'm going to pick up energy on anything and anyone. So there's no way for me to truly say, ooh, this card I pull is exactly for X person right now. That is only going to be done if I am reading for you personally. Which, by the way, I do those personal readings, and if any one of you is interested in that, you can certainly DM me. I do a lot of your standard spreads. I do the 9-card spread. I can do past, present, future spreads. I do the Celtic Cross spread, which was my favorite. The Celtic Cross spread is literally like a walk through someone's entire life. And with that said, that's another thing that's cool about tarot is it's genuinely a mirror of the person you're reading for, if it's a personal reading. It mirrors energy, it reflects that energy, it speaks that energy of whatever's going on with that particular person or collectively. And I love it because for me, it's a tool to help people better understand themselves. It's like free therapy, and I've always been really interested in helping people. I really love psychology. I really love those kind of things, and to know that I can tap into that energy, I can intuitively tap into a person's soulful experience through these cards may sound intrusive, I'm sure, but that's kind of what you're here for, isn't it? You want to know. And I'm happy to tell you. So, yeah, it's a mirror back to who you are. Some people don't like what they see about themselves. Some people like to shy away from that kind of truth. But I'm not here to judge, and I don't know your story, whether it's a personal reading or not. I'm just reading what the cards say, and it's up to you to internalize them. And that's the big rule of thumb I have. If any of you are interested in a personal reading, I don't want to know shit about you. I don't want to know what you've been going through. I don't want to know what happened yesterday. I don't want to know your life story, your childhoods. I want to know nothing, because I don't want to be biased. I don't want your story affecting how I read those cards. And that's how I know true energy is being read, because I know nothing about you, and yet I'll do reads for people where at the end of the reads, I legitimately have had people say, how in the fucking world would you have known that? I don't. The cards know, and I can read the cards, and I am a vessel for that energy. So as woo-woo as that sounds to all of you, you don't have to watch this, so move on. But it's just something I really want to lean into, and I'm really interested in getting it out there further. So if you've made it this far, thanks. The rest of the videos won't be this long, but I just kind of wanted to get a explanation out there for you guys before I just like popped online and started flipping cards at you and being like, here you go, here's your card. So I have already pre-shuffled these because it takes a lot of time. I'm like a really OCD shuffler. That sounds like sounds like it should be a band name, the OCD Shufflers. The deck I'm using, this is like one of my OG decks. It's called the Lost Soul deck. I love it, love it, love it. I just realized the lighting is really dark in here, so hopefully you'll be able to see these. So what I do is I do 5 shuffles, and I take whatever falls out on its own. I prefer to only read one card for this week coming up, and like I said, this card that's going to come out is the energy for the week coming up. Obviously it's New Year's, so you know, do keep that in mind, that there might be a lot of new beginnings kind of theme to it. And do keep in mind that this card, again, could resonate to one of you personally, to several of you, to none of you. Don't know. That's the name of the game. So with further ado, let me just shut the fuck up and do this. So I will take whatever comes out. If nothing comes out after the 5 shuffles, I take the top card off, and that'll be the card for the week. If like a shit ton fly out, that's messy, that's too much. I am not gonna read that kind of stuff. So the goal is to get one card. I swear to God, I will not talk this much in the future videos. Okay, so let's see what we got for this week. What is today? The 28th. The calendar's right there. 28th. Of December, and I hope none of y'all are getting caught in this freezing rain shit that's happening. I'm off tomorrow, so I don't have to drive in it. No, really, be careful, everybody. All right, let's do this. You watch me shuffle. I am not the best shuffler. So that's 3, 4, and 5. Oh my God, here we go. 7 of Swords. Okay, guys, 7 of Swords, right there. I love this deck. So the 7 of Swords, again, in true Rider Waite, the imagery on the 7 of Swords is a person stealing swords from, ooh, my hair, stealing swords from like tents. So there's like an army going on that's going to war, and this person is sneaking in and stealing swords and going off in another direction. So a lot of people, again, the doom and gloomers are immediately like, oh my God, that's the card of deceit. And sure, it can be. Personally, I interpret the card as the card of strategy, thinking outside the box. Tarot readers like to laugh that this guy, he's like, I'm not going to war, but I'll take your swords. And he's like, bye. So thinking and doing things that aren't of normal expectations. And so I feel like the 7 of Swords kind of tracks for the week ahead, because we are transitioning into a new year, and a new year for a lot of people means changing how you've been doing things, turning the wheel a different way, where you're like, you know what, this isn't working for me anymore. I need to do this differently. Like, I have been trudging through 2025 or however long doing this same thing, expecting different results. I mean, this card is essentially the card of the definition of insanity, is repeating the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. So that's the 7 of Swords. for people that, are going through troubling times, this sword or these Seven of Swords can also represent, maybe you do have some things going on in your life where people aren't exactly who they seem, and you're learning that. I feel like that's a big theme people have been experiencing this past year, myself included, where things aren't as they seemed, and the veil is being lifted. And for those of you that are astrology people, a lot of planets were retrograde earlier this year, and I know I'm going off topic, but one of them was Neptune, which is in Pisces, and Pisces is the sign of intuition and hidden realms of the spirituality and things like that. And Neptune is pretty much, Pisces loves to be in Neptune. And so the thing, though, is that when it's in retrograde, it means that the shadow is cast, which means things are all hidden behind a veil. And that veil was lifted, aka it came out of retrograde. I know I'm probably losing a lot of you. But the point is, there's a lot of situations that have come up in the past calendar year that are really very much showing, in a collective sense, that things aren't what they seem. And a lot of shit has been revealed in public figures, in people's personal lives, in the working world. Like, veils are being shattered. That the foggy, the smoke and mirrors and all that stuff, everything's kind of being broken down, and things are being revealed. So this card really holds a lot of that meaning to it, that there's a better way to do things. There's a way to learn and understand that not everything is the way it seems, and that there may be a better way, or there may be something you should stop doing, or something you should leave behind, or something you should probably quit, or something that is no longer serving you, is toxic for you, or is not in your best intentions, or has your best intentions in mind, whether that's a person or a situation or a job. So this card is really saying for a lot of you guys, if it's not serving you, stop fucking doing it. If it's not healthy for you, stop fucking doing it. If there's an easier way to do something instead of what you've been doing and over again, do it. Or quit doing it and do something different. Like, I feel like doing this right now. Like, it's just, we all have to realize that, like, our time here is so short. We have to do better for ourselves if we haven't been. And it's never too late to do that. So I really strongly encourage everybody to really lean into, what is it about your life right now that doesn't light you up, doesn't spark your fire, doesn't empower you or strengthen you or lift your spirits. If something is drowning you, suffocating you, hurting you, exhausting you, if all of those things, if you're sitting there being like, yeah, like, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it anymore, or entertaining it anymore, or holding on to it anymore, or putting investments into it anymore. So I think this card's perfect. Seven of Swords. It really speaks a lot to the new year, for sure. And the seven for me has been following me around for a while. 7 and 33. So this doesn't surprise me that 7 came out in general for me as a reader. But yeah, I really implore you guys to really soul search this week, and really look into what's not serving you, and think about making that change or doing something different, because it's only going to benefit you in the end. And again, with as brief of a life we have on this planet, don't go against the grain. Go with the grain in your life, and you are what's important. So yeah, I hope this was worth doing for me. 19 minutes in, so if you've watched this to the end, thank you. I will be back again probably on a Sunday night or a Monday morning, depending on where I'm at in my life, to do another single card. And I might consider pulling an oracle card too. But let's start slow here. Let's start slow. But shout out to all of you that have been following me with this so far. I love you dearly, and I really appreciate your support, and I'm really hoping that I'll be able to grow into this. And who knows? Who knows what's down the pipeline? All right, y'all. Thank you.